Time for one of my favorites. Let's do the split stitch. Coming up from the bottom, we're going to go ahead and do a single straight stitch. And then once we're back underneath, we're going to actually mimic a back stitch. We're going to go a stitch length away and come up. But instead of going back in the end of that previous stitch, we're going to go back in the middle of that previous stitch down through the floss, splitting the stitch. I love it when the stitch name literally tells you what you're about to do. So I repeat that process. Some people like to do the split stitch by actually leaving a loop and then coming up between the bottom of the stitch and then finishing it. Again, as you hear me say all the time, this is so much about preference, but I like this back stitch version better. I think it's cleaner for lettering and outlines, and I just find it simpler to stitch in general. Once you get to the end of the line or the end of the shape that you're using this stitch on, the biggest thing is how you finish it. What I tend to do, as you'll see here, is I'll come up a minimal amount away from the end of my very last stitch in order to split the final stitch so it has the same look as the rest, and then you don't realize that the end isn't done because it's so small of a stitch that I've kind of tacked into the end there. Go ahead and try it out. Let me know how it goes, and as always, your hoop's waiting. Happy stitching!